Hello, everybody. Just wanted to say before I started, I'm glad to be here. Actually, glad to be back here in Tampa. Still feels like home. Never felt like I actually left and went to another team. So I'm glad to be back here, be out there with the guys such as Gerald, Jaquise, Levante, and Mike. It's going to be a pretty good season. I'm happy, and I'm even more excited after watching the tape to get with these guys. So if you guys have any questions, I'm open up now.
George, it's obvious from the trade and everything else that went around that the Bucs wanted you pretty badly. It was the feeling pretty much mutual that you wanted to be a part of this team?
Yes, definitely. I always want to be part of a team who wants me, because if a team wants you, that means they believe in you. They believe in something that you have, and this is actually the first time that I actually been wanted this way. So for them to fight for me like that, I was just excited to get down here.
How have things changed for you, and why do you think you ended up leaving anyway?
This team wanted me more. This team wanted, they seen something in me that maybe Detroit didn't see. So they just wanted to get me down here and actually help out this team. Gerald takes a lot of pressure with how good he is. He's so consistent each year, and teams key on him a lot. So, just to take something off of Gerald actually helps him out, frees him up, and frees up the defense.
I'm talking about leaving here originally, and have your game changed?
Nah. Well, I think it did in a way just by size-wise. When I left here, I was 280. Sometimes 285, and now I'm cut down to 260, 265. Playing that light, it just feels like I can do more things. I don't have the power that I had at 280, but the quickness and agility is even better now.
You just played with Sue in Motown, and now you come here and you got Big 93. You kind of consider that a privilege?
Oh yeah, definitely, because it seems like everywhere I go, I follow great D tackles. So it's a good thing to have, just to learn from these guys and to be next to them. It's just an exciting thing.
You see differences between them? You see any differences between them?
Just the way they approach the game. There's no really any difference between them. They both approach the game with such tenacity and ferocity that they just attack everything. Just working out with Gerald, he attacked the drill, each and every drill that we did. That says a lot. Show you that these guys want to be the best no matter where they are. So they just continue to compete against everybody.
George, has the team said anything to you about your role? I know, granted, it's ridiculously early, but they said you're going to be a rotational guy, or you're going to start right in?
They didn't really tell me anything. They just told me, you're going to come in here, you're going to work. And I had no problem with that. I've been doing that my entire career. I've been working to stay on the team, working to find a spot on the roster. So it's no problem. I don't care where I really start, rotational or a starter, but I'm just going to work regardless.
You spent a lot of years just waiting for an opportunity. I know it got very frustrating for you at one point. How satisfying was it last year to have, in essence, a breakout season, even though you were still just a rotational guy?
It was satisfying because, those couple of years that I was actually just waiting, I was actually able to learn. So, some guys actually mature by just watching and learning other people, and that's what I actually did. I matured by learning from other guys and actually was able to incorporate some of the things that they did into my game.
George, how bad did it sting when the Bucs cut you? You had 3 sacks to lead the team in 2011. They have your college coach, Greg Schiano, come in, and you had some familiarity there, and then not to be able to play for Schiano?
It stings. Each cut hurts. It doesn't matter how deep it is. It's always going to hurt. And when they ever let me go, it got down really deep because that was my college coach. I played with him for 4 years in Tampa. But, everything happens for a reason. And the way that happened, I can really say it was a blessing in disguise.
How close are you following the draft?
I really don't follow it. When you start worried about guys coming in, you start looking back of what's coming up behind you. You always got to look forward.
George, as a defensive end, how much does it help you to work next to such a strong defensive tackle group?
It actually helps out, because if Gerald's taking all the pressure, it leaves me one-on-one. So I went through it last year, with Sue, and he was so dominant, teams keyed on him, actually freed me up. So the same thing that can happen to Gerald, teams can free me up, but then they're going to have to worry about both of us, and then you really don't have enough blockers to block everybody.
You mentioned watching the Buccaneers film of this defense. Is there an X's and O's thing that really stands out to you that says, hey, this suits me and what I do?
No, just the one thing that they got, each and every player on this team just plays with so much effort. and we were just watching the tape. You know, seeing guys running down the field, 20 yards down the field, a nose tackle, making a tackle, or picking up a fumble, or getting an interception. You know, just something like that. You can't teach anywhere. You can't teach the effort, and that's the one thing that I really like about this whole defense. You know, it's not about the scheme. It's just about how the guys just play.
George, with all the different times that you've been cut throughout your career, was there ever a point in time where you really thought you were done with football?
Yeah, definitely last year. You know, when I didn't get a phone call from anybody, I already told my agent that I was ready to retire, and he told me to hold on. You know, I was just done with being up and down, you know, being on one team, going to another place, picking up my family, moving. I was just so sick of it. So I just told my agent I was done, but he had a better advice for me by not retiring, and it kind of worked out for us. So
What's the environment like now here opposed to what it was, you know, when you were here last time under Lovey and Jason Light?
you can actually see guys are more loose. You know, they're actually looser. Guys are actually interacting with other players. You know, I remember before guys interacted with only their group. Now I see guys like the corners interacting with the wide receivers, quarterbacks with the punters, D-line with the running backs. You know, it's just something like that. That builds the whole locker room. Actually builds to something better.